You're listening to Sip and Grow the podcast, the show where we taste awesome, delicious wines while having unfiltered conversations about our passions, experiences, struggles, entrepreneurship, and life. My name is Nicole Di Pasquale, and I'm a wine enthusiast just trying to pursue her passions and dreams while taking you on the journey with me, one episode at a time. My ultimate goal is to not only bring you wine knowledge and value, but also inspire you to enjoy your process and journey in pursuing your passions and dreams. Because guess what? The person you become while enduring the process is more important. So sit back, grab a glass, and let's sip and grow together. Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sip and Grow the podcast with me, your host, Nicole Di Pasquale. So today, I have a confession to make. I literally got this wine because I like the label. That's all. Even though I do know the producer because I have actually brought the producer on here before, but I love the fact that it was called Cameleon because I feel like I identify as a chameleon because I am highly adaptable to situations, and I don't know. I just liked it and I liked the concept. And then looking into it, so this is actually the producer is Domaine Bousquet, which is a producer from Argentina. They're located in, or this specific wine is made in the Uco Valley in Mendoza, Argentina. And then one thing I love about this producer is that they're super into like organic grapes, sustainable practices. Their most of their wines are actually vegan, which I think, yeah, this one's vegan. So I really like all the wines I've tried from them are good or decent. I got this one at, did I get it at Total Wine or did I get it at Milano's? I think I got this at Total Wine. I'm pretty sure it's at Total Wine. I've seen it in other stores as well, but I believe I bought this one at Total Wine. It's $15. And actually reading into it, so Chameleon, the reason why they have like different lines of wine within their brand. So one of the ones I've done before is called Alta Vida, I believe. Alta Vida, yeah. It's like kosher. That one's kosher based, but this one is the Chameleon line of wines, and this is 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a 2023 vintage, so it's fairly young, and it has like all these certifications in the back, like vegan friendly, gluten free. They also have this thing which I finally found out what it means, but they have this BA certification that is like it's basically like a certification saying like you are following sustainable practices and are giving back to the economy in a sustainable way, basically just like certifying that they care about the environment and they're doing everything possible to benefit the environment while making and producing wines, which I love that. So this would be considered like a natural wine because they do stick to the natural way of making this wine. So honestly, one of my favorite producers. This label is actually dedicated to the family. So Chameleon, I wrote it down because it's like something specific they wrote on their website. But chameleon is, this is what chameleon means to them. So it says chameleon is the embodiment of fine adaptation to the environment, which is the definition of a chameleon, which is some like they're animals that tend to be adaptable, right? And this is in dedication to their family because the family is actually French. So they're from, I'm gonna read it because if not I'm gonna butcher it. They're from Carcassonne, France. They're originally from there. They're a fourth generation family that in France they were like, you know what, I want to find another wine region and like explore another wine region and just like move all of us over there. So like that's what the family did in the 90s. So they found this place in 1990 in Mendoza, and the first year they actually planted grapes was in 1997. So this label is dedicated to that big change that they had to do for the family, which ultimately they love that. They love the change that they did because they created a very, very well known brand in Argentina. And I have nothing bad to say about any of the wines I've tried from them. So I'm excited for this one. But I really, really liked the label, and I was like, I love chameleons because they're highly adaptable animals. And one thing also on the label, there's like a circle here, and I didn't realize, but like within the circle, they have a quote from Charles Darwin, which I wrote down. I'll read it to you guys now. But it's actually a badass quote. And if if you know me, I love myself good quotes because why not? Why not motivate yourself with a good quote or two? So the quote says, "It's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is most adaptable to change." And I was like, yo, this wine is not only dropping good, natural, 100% organic wine, but also dropping facts. I love that quote. I think it really made me think about a conversation I recently had with my friend Shannon. So we're gonna hold that thought. We're gonna taste the wine real quick so I can be sipping and talking to you guys versus, talking and then sipping at the end. But let's try this wine real quick before I get into my host story time with the conversation I had with my friend. So immediately the color is like a ruby red, looks like a very young Cabernet. We love that. I'm getting like that typical like red fruit note, spicy flavors. It's like leathery, peppery. It's very nice. I mean, it smells like a typical Cabernet Sauvignon, which I love that. Let's go ahead and try it. Okay, so like on the taste, it's more on like the deep purple fruit notes. So like plum, and even like black fruit notes. So like blackberry, black currant is in there. I would even say, yeah, it's more on like the black fruit notes, and the tannins are very present. I feel like it's a screw top too. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's a screw top. Uh, not that it's bad. Not we love a good screw top. Um, I don't know if I like. It's not a bad cab, but like it's not. I wouldn't like go crazy for this. Like I wouldn't buy this again. I just feel like it's highly tannic, and there's like black fruit notes. That's it. There's nothing special to it. Honestly, I kind of just I'm a little disappointed. This just tastes like kind of like a juice. Is that bad of me to say? I'm sorry. I really wanted to enjoy this wine. It's not bad, but I would probably never buy this one again. I would say my rating for this one would be uh, I would say it's gonna be a 5.5 out of 10. I'm sorry, this is not a good Cabernet for me. I mean, it's a $15 cab. It's not, and it's a natural cab, but like, I don't see anything special with it. It's easy to drink, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get this again. I don't think there's anything special about it. So like, Except the label, because I love the label. Chameleon, come on, chameleon. Darwin, the Charles Darwin quote, 10 out of 10. But the wine, 5.5 out of 10. Anyways, the conversation I had with Shannon the other day, which shout out to Shannon, she's probably going to be on the podcast soon. It reminded me of this conversation I had with her about a situation. Like, we always like catch up with each other and like talk about like work, life, and all those things. And like, in that moment, there was like certain situations happening in both our lives, right? Where, they're tough situations, and like adaptability means that, life isn't always going to go the way you expect it to go, and things will always be thrown at you. And being adaptable means that you can adapt to that and that change, right? Because ultimately, when we're thrown off guard by a situation or a person or a job or whatever the case may be, it's hard sometimes. And it's hard because all of us have feelings, and it's okay to like feel a certain way about a situation. But what's important is to adapt to the change, and like understand that like everything ultimately is happening positively for you. Whether you see it in the moment or not is a different situation. But I think perspective and having understanding towards things will help you adapt to things faster, right? Or will help you adapt to the change that just happened in your life. And one of the things she said that really, really resonated with me was like, like when we're learning and growing and going through all these experiences, ultimately the goal is to like learn and grow from them, right? So as we learn and grow from them, our turnaround time, our recovery time from these things that are thrown at us should become more graceful and more efficient. And like what she had said was like, you know, it was like something I was talking to her about that had happened to me recently. And then she was like, wow, like your turnaround time was magnificent. Like you analyzed the situation, you accepted it for what it was or what it is, right? And you move forward from it. So you were efficient about the turnaround time, and you were graceful with it because you understood your feelings, you felt them, and then now we're back on track to where we're going. And ultimately, like that is the goal, right? Like to be more efficient each time something happens to you, understand it and release it, and then move forward from it. Because ultimately, I think like when you are thrown something that you weren't expecting, the most important thing is like seek to understand it versus being mad about it, right? And like there's going to be a time also where you have to feel your feels, right? But you have to feel the feels, then seek understanding behind it of like, okay, why is this happening for me, right? What is this trying to show me? What am I supposed to learn from this situation? And then when you release it, it's like you're releasing what was in order to understand what is, right? In order to be in the present moment, in order to create what will be. Because ultimately, when you're in the present moment fully, what you do now is like creating your future, and like being stuck in like what was or what happened will not get you to what will be. It's actually going to create a worse situation for yourself. So having that conversation with her was really enlightening, and I love having those conversations. So I'm open to those conversations every day, all day. But I really, really liked the meaning behind this label because I think adaptability is so important. And I think without understanding, you cannot be adaptable because all of us are going through things constantly, and all of us are different. And in order for you to be adaptable to certain things or situations or people, you have to understand the situation or the person and like have grace for that and have grace for yourself, and like understand your feelings and then move forward from them and be like, okay, cool, like this happened, but like it's okay because it was showing me X, Y, and Z, but now we're here and now we're going to move forward from it. And like, if that situation is going to pop up again, I know what to expect, or I know how to approach it more efficiently and gracefully, I guess. Because ultimately, like, we're not supposed to control anything. Like, nothing good comes from control. You cannot control anything. You can't control a situation. You can't control a person. The only thing you can control is how you react to things that happen to you. And with that is where growth comes, and where you really learn how you are and what you need. So with that, I am gonna say cheers to adaptability. Cheers to being a chameleon. And I hope you drink your wine tonight, because I sure will, but like, not my favorite, but I will drink it. So, and remember, like, give yourself grace and be open to understanding in order to be adaptable to change and ultimately experience life for what it is, because we're here to experience and learn and grow. So, cheers. I'll see you guys on the next one.